These guys are masters. And what is so poignant to me is that this collection seemed like a metaphor for really what is happening ideally in the Canadian fashion industry, because you have the past informing the present and the future so beautifully. We have a father-son team who have designed this magnificent collection, and I have so much respect for both of them. Please welcome Stephan and Caras. Wow, I'm just so blown away, and I'm very emotional. Sorry, but you know, I've been at this game for a long time, and this guy, without question, one of the true originals and one of the great trailblazers in Canadian fashion. You had a vision for you know, what glamour in this country could look like at a time when maybe a lot of people didn't get it. How frustrating was it for you in those early days, Stephan?
Designing is never boring. It doesn't matter. I came from Europe, I came from Australia, and Canada was another beautiful place in the world. Women is the same everywhere. Feminine, and woman wants to express herself as sensuality. And we dress to express the way we feel. That's how I felt when I came here, and I still feel the same.
But were women as embracing of it back then? I mean, I think of some of the sensational gals that we have here today, even in our audience today, the brilliant Sylvia Mantella, who is such a revered fashionista. I mean, there are so many women in our midst now who really managed to strut it so beautifully. Was it always like that back in the early days?
No, it wasn't always the same, but I designed for the woman with self-assurance. And this woman has always been in my mind. I don't follow trends. I don't follow what anybody else is doing. I follow what I think a woman can express herself and be a woman out there. So that was my pleasure to continue to do what I do, and that's what I believe, femininity and self-assurance.
One of the most inspiring thing that you've done is partner with your gorgeous son, Kyriako, who, I mean, I remember you as a 5-year-old running around your dad's studio. I mean, and for me to see what you have injected into this collection, it's so evident. I mean, I see a true marriage of the young and the spirited with the elegance and the sublime feel of days past. How has it been working with a master like your dad?
Well, it's been 30 years since you interviewed me, actually. I still have the video, yeah.
I interviewed a 5-year-old? What's the world come to? Okay.
You know, it's a lifelong partnership. We understand each other creatively. Growing up in the studio, I obviously admire his work and his creative passion, and I always strive to be bigger and better. And designing together is almost like a friendship. He'll present me with an idea, I'll bring in a little bit of edge, he'll tone it back, I'll bring it forward, and we come together, and I think we create something really beautiful and elegant.
You've also managed to build quite an international reputation for yourselves. I mean, although you call Toronto home, and it's certainly where you create most of what you do, you really get it out there on a huge international stage. Not many designers in this country have managed to do that. What would you say it takes?
It takes what I stated earlier, perseverance and believing in what you do. What we do is something that a woman feels wonderful, and that is international. So I'm not surprised, but I mean, I am that we have followers from about 70 countries that communicate with us and support what we do. So,
are you consciously aware of keeping your dad, you know, sort of on his game and really, you know, helping him embrace the future?
Yeah, that's the whole part of you know, being together for so long, is we kind of drive each other, we inspire each other, we look at each other's creations and we try to build on that and see how we can make it bigger, see how we can make it better, more modern, or tone it back, or a little bit more feminine, and that constantly inspires us. So there's a constant dialogue there, and with fresh ideas and experience, they come together really well.
I can't imagine. Yes, go on.
If I might add something here, looking at this collection, I couldn't tell you what design was mine and what was his. We work together as a team. It's like one brain. We have connected really well spiritually, and he understands when I try to do something, he understands where I'm going to. He helps, and vice versa. When I see him getting somewhere, I feel it, and that's how we work. At the end, we say, well, we did good.
I can't imagine a greater joy than, a father and son working together in this way, and certainly an inspiration to all of us. Thank you so much for doing what you do and doing it so beautifully. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.